Hey everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for the Random Scrappy challenge that Marie and I are doing on YouTube. I'll link her channel down below so that you can look for her newest video. And this week our challenge was to use multiple photos. I want to apologize in advance for my voice, and if I have to sneeze or whatever. I have a terrible cold right now. I'm running a fever and just kind of laying in bed, but luckily I can hopefully get this voiceover done so that I can get it loaded to YouTube in time. So these pictures that I'm choosing are ones that I printed using my Canon selfie, and they were printed in a 4x6 size, and I'm cutting them down to kind of a strange size. I don't remember what the measurements are, but they are pictures of one of our dogs, and he was just being really cute. And I got kind of a series of photos that show him, kind of lifting his paw up and covering his face, which he does sometimes when he's sleeping in the living room. And so I thought I would just scrap this one. So I'm just cutting those down so that I can get all four of them to fit while showing kind of the same like body shot of him, so that it shows the progression of the shots. And I really like doing this with photos. I like having multiple photos that show a series of events, or like motion shots. I just think they're fun, so I really enjoyed this challenge. Sorry about that. So now I'm just cutting down this paper, and this is from the Little by Little Chamel collection. I just recently got the 12 by 12 paper pack from Joanne Fabrics, and I'm so excited that Joanne is now carrying some like brand name papers. So yeah. Anyway, I picked up this paper pack because it's one of my favorite new collections that are out right now. So I'm just using a white cardstock, textured cardstock for the background. Then I'm going to use this Hero Art stencil. It's kind of like a very large sequin almost looking stencil. And I'm just going to use the metallic white Heidi Swap texture paste and just kind of put that on the diagonal of where the corner triangle that I'm going to put down is. So you're going to see me do that. And I actually wish I had done a little bit more up on the upper left hand corner. Just because in the end, like, a lot of it gets covered up, and I feel like it just kind of ends at a weird spot. But oh well, it is what it is. So um, now I'm just going to use that Memento Tuxedo black ink and kind of just ink the edges of the photos because I had gotten some marker on it when I was cutting them down. And so I wanted them all to look the same. So I'm just going to do that. And yeah. So I know I haven't been making very many videos lately. I've been having a lot of like personal issues with like a work injury that I had, and just trying to come back from that has been a real struggle. So I've been kind of not in my usual scrappy place, I guess. So I haven't really been doing any scrapping in the last couple weeks, but I really got inspired by this layout. And coming up here in the next few weeks, I will have a lot more layouts coming too, and some exciting news to share. So here I'm just using, this is a wood veneer from, I believe it's the Fancy Pants Goodfellas, and it says My Guy. And I'm just using I'm just going to heat emboss it here with some black embossing powder. And I couldn't find my little tweezers, so I'm trying to use just like I guess a pokey tool for lack of a better name for it. I think it's actually a little like um, dry embossing pen is what it originally is, but I use it for a lot of different things. So, and I got that all embossed, and now I'm going to, I think I'm going to start putting the layout together. It's been a couple days, and I've been running a fever for the last couple of days. So I'm having a little bit of memory lapse here. So I decided to cut off some of that backing because I am going to use that on two of the sides to kind of back my layout on. And I did that just because I felt like I didn't want to add a lot of other pattern papers, but I wanted more color. So I thought that that would be a good way to bring in a lot of color, and it also helps use up some of the scrap from that paper, and I really like the way that it looks. So now I'm just trying to decide my layout here, and this is pretty much how it's going to end up. Um, and I've kind of set myself a little personal challenge to try to use up some of my cork embellishments. I go through phases where I really like cork, and then I hate cork, and then I love cork, and then I hate it again. And so right now I'm not hating it, so I figure I will try to get as much of it used up as I can. So I have these, they're, I think they're Joy Parade. I think that's where they are from. And so I'm choosing three. I think I end up choosing four of those. And then this is something that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And they're just some little banners. And so I'm choosing a couple, and I'm going to put them on some plastic packaging just so that I can try them out. And like I said, I pulled out everything that I had or that I could find that was cork just so I could see what I could get used up. So I'm going to pull one of that circle there with the star on it, and that's off of the Joy Parade cork pieces. And we're going to layer those up at the top. I felt like the cork would work really well because my dog is black and brown, and so I thought that it would go really good with his coloring. And since that other paper that I'm using is a really dark color, I believe it's black, but it might be like a navy blue. I think in in real life it looks black. So anyway, now I'm going through all of my die cuts, and I just recently got a ton of die cuts. I made a few purchases off of Peachy Cheap and ended up with a ton of die cuts, like a bunch of My Mind's Eye, different packages, and a bunch of, oh, I can't think of, I got like all of the Joy Parade collection and maybe some different Fancy Pants die cuts. I can't remember exactly, but I just went a little nuts and ordered a bunch of them. So, and I really like Peachy Cheap for that because then I don't feel super guilty about, because I'm not spending a ton of money. You know, you go to the store and you can find these packages for like anywhere between like $3 and $6 a package, and I think that's a little ridiculous. And here you can buy them like 4 or 5 packages for, you know, $8.99 or whatever. So I think it's a good deal. And I'm not affiliated with them at all. I'm just sharing my take on it. So back to the layout anyhow. I pulled out that little arrow that's down in the left hand corner, and that is from Studio Calico. No, No, Scraptastic. I'm sorry, it's from Scraptastic. I used to get their this Life Noted kit. And then there's a little cut apart sheet that I got in a rack. It's a little like 2x2 square that I also put down there because I wanted to bring some of that teal color down. I added a relax word die cut up to the right hand corner, and that came from Michael's from their like clearance bin. So I just went through and I adhered everything. I didn't make you watch me do that. I used some of that thread there, and I stitched around the outside of the layout as well as the outside of that triangle in the corner, and I'm also bunching some up in a few spots around the layout to bring some color around. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I do here. Oh yes, I'm going to take some of the I don't even know how to say it, the Imaginess little pearls and put them down. I'm trying to get these used up because I have a bunch of them in my stash, and so I'm going to try to use them up. And so I'm just going to use that little tool and melt the glue and get them to stick to the page. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We're really having a lot of fun with this random scrappy challenge that we're doing. If you have any suggestions for ideas for challenges, please feel free to put them down in the comments below. We've been having some issues coming up with some ideas for challenges. But I hope that you're enjoying this series. Please go over to Marie's channel, which is Marie's Notes here on YouTube, and check out her video. And thanks again for watching. See you later. Bye.